2 serving Metropolitan Police officers have been dismissed over discriminatory messages they sent to colleagues in a WhatsApp group, including some about Katie Price's disabled son. This comes after 8 serving and former Metropolitan Police officers were found guilty of gross misconduct over discriminatory and offensive messages they shared, which included some that mocked Harvey Price. 7 men and 1 woman were found to have sent sexist, racist, homophobic, transphobic and disablist comments in a WhatsApp group called Secret Squirrel Shit between May 17, 2016 and June 26, 2018. Legal chairman Christopher McKay described gross misconduct as a breach of the standards of professional behavior that is so serious as to justify dismissal, during the 5th day of hearings at Palestra House in Southwark, central London, on Thursday. Mr. McKay found the officers committed gross misconduct over their own messages, as well as by failing to challenge or report others in the group. The hearing concerned former Sergeant Luke Thomas, former Acting Sergeant Luke Allen, former PC Kelsey Buchan, former PC Carlo Francisco, former PC Elise Alf, former PC Darren Jenner, PC Glenn Reese, and Officer B, who has been granted anonymity. None of the officers attended the hearing. Their messages included derogatory comments about Katie's 20-year-old son, who suffers from Prader-Willi syndrome and autism, and about a junior female officer, whose identity has been protected and was known in the hearings as Officer A. Mr. McKay said Officer B posted an edited photograph of Harvey in the chat with the caption, "You've heard of Elf on a Shelf. Now get ready for Harvey Price eating Uncle Ben's basmati rice after trying to read 3 blind mice on Spice, saying hello you see." The legal chairman said, "The rhyme has a racist tone and refers to his disability. He is partially sighted. There is no need to refer to Uncle Ben's rice unless pointing to the racial origins of Uncle Ben and Harvey Price being similar. The words trying to read also highlight his disability." Mr. Thomas, the most senior-ranking officer in the group, appears to have been one of the most active participants in the WhatsApp group, the panel found. Mr. Thomas, who resigned in February, mocked Harvey's weight in some messages, called Officer F ugly, and joked that he should name his dog Auschwitz, Adolf or Fred or Ian after my 2 favorite child sex killers. Mr. McKay said, given his supervisory role as a sergeant, he failed to adequately supervise or guide his team in respect of conduct. His failings are extremely serious. He could and should have closed the WhatsApp group as soon as the highly inappropriate nature of the messages became apparent. Instead he became one of its main contributors. This was undoubtedly gross misconduct. Meanwhile, serving PC Reese described an image of Mr. Price riding a child's train as genius, which the panel found to be obviously sarcastic and making fun of him behaving in a childlike manner because of his disability. Mr. Allen, who resigned in January and said he felt ashamed by his comments, posted a photograph of himself in the chat attempting to imitate Mr. Price, with the caption, "Hello you see." He also used inappropriate terms to describe mentally disabled people, made offensive references to Germans and Nigerians, and about a victim of sexual assault. Ms. Buchan, who resigned in March last year, called a colleague a rude little c who she described as mugging me off in front of his Mungie fan club. Ms. Buchan later directly apologized to Officer A for comments she had made about her, which her representative said demonstrates not only remorse but insight into her behavior. Mr. Francisco, who was dismissed in July 2022, also made offensive comments criticizing Officer A's appearance. The panel heard that Mr. South, who was one of the more active members of the chat, said, "If any of this group got out, my job would be F long ago." South also made several racist comments in the WhatsApp group, including referring to a black male as it and made a reference to cotton picking when talking about a black inspector. Follow Mirror Celebs on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook.